Crow could get a release, and Hellboy can't. Whoa, man. That almost makes me want to see it more, to be perfectly honest. Like, how bad is this thing?
Well, Crow was that Lionsgate? Was Crow Lionsgate?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, that has a lot to do with it. If a studio is willing to throw money at something, and
of course,
this movie had no studio. Like it was the production company. One of the production companies was Dark Horse.
Yeah.
The new Dark Horse, Chinese owned Dark Horse.
Yeah, Dark Horse Entertainment. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody who's joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. I appreciate you coming by. Please, if you're hanging out, say something in the chat. Talk to us. Let us know if you like my glasses or not, whether you like Calderon's glasses or his spiffy attire. Just bullshit with us. Here we are.
That is not working for me. Take those things off.
Who? His or mine?
You.
Why?
What is going on right now? I have never seen this look. What is this look?
I gotta read the comments, dude. You know what I'm saying, brother?
But I've never seen you in glasses. Did you just get old in the last 2 weeks that I missed? Like, what happened here?
Yeah, dude.
Like, the old switch went off, like, up, glasses.
I had to. You know what? I have not been able to read comic books in almost 2 years, right? The print was just like too small. Amazon packages were beyond my grasp. The wife, in all her beautiful glory and intelligence, forced me to go to the optometrist, and we got these bad boys. I've been reading comic books from far back in the 60s, man. I'm excited.
I'll tell you, that's one of the
bad boys, though.
That's one of the advantages to like these new omnibus books is that they're bigger, so the words get bigger in the book. Like I understand what you're saying. Like I just bought so Marvel apparently is doing cross-gen omnibuses, like of the original books. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? So I bought the Sigil one at Baltimore Comic-Con, and I've been reading it, and I'm like, this is like a different experience, man, because it's like oversized, and I'm like, I can see the words. Like this is how comics should be. I'm about ready to make all Big Dog Ink books oversized, just to accommodate the older readers.
Sigil was about what, 60 issues?
42.
For which one?
42. So it has 42 of the issues. It has it has some of the CrossGen Chronicles stuff in it. It has the 2-issue Saurians miniseries. And then some other stuff that they
making the equivalent of like 65 comics
ish. Yeah, it's 50 to 60 comics. Yeah, it's a big, you'll kill a man with it. Yeah, it's big.
I have a bunch of them. I don't have that one, but I have a bunch of them to buy. But what's funny is you could probably get a better deal by dollar bin diving. You can probably get the whole collection.
100%. Yeah, no, I already had a whole big chunk of them, but I was like, you know what? This makes me happier. Plus, I got it for $60.
Right.
I got it half price at the con, so I'm like, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah. No, but you're right. You can get a lot, but you have to also dig too. You're not necessarily going to find them all, especially as you get later in the runs, because the print runs went low. True. But apparently this came out last year. I didn't even know about it. And the Mystic one is supposed to be out now or soon. And so I'm super excited about him, because I went into that and I was like, I remember reading this stuff. And I'm like, this is not terrible. But it was a nice nostalgic run.
Meridian. Yep. Middleton, Josh
Middleton for like 5 issues before he got kicked out.
Wow. No, but listen, those 5 issues were really nice though.
Sure, of course.
There's a chance though for the Ultraverse stuff.
No chance. No. Because all of that stuff was creator owned. So if they make any of that stuff, they got to pay out.
Mm-hmm.
You will never, you will never again see Ultraverse stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was some good stuff there. There was some bad stuff, but there was some good stuff.
I guarantee you, if you made like Prime omnibuses and stuff, like people would buy it. I guarantee you they would buy it. Yeah. But then Marvel has to pay out, so they won't do it.
Well, Prime was good until Marvel started to force Spider-Man into the issues, and that was.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the Prime Malibu stuff. Once it kind of got weird at the end and they rebooted it, and it's a little strange, but in its core elements, that stuff was fun.
All right, I want to thank everybody who's joining us in the chat. Rob Shepard, Paige Alfred, David Flynn. Paige is saying, I will be returning to Comic-Con signing Daisy Chain. Last time I was there was with Tom Hutchison. Wow, how time flies. Look at that. Paige, I'm going to be there also, booth 1948. Come through, say what's up, and we'll chew the fat. We'll make fun of Marvin if we got some time, right?
Okay.
Marvin's not wearing those glasses. What are you talking about?
Oh, wow.
It's funny. I took them off, and I'm still not used to the adjustment. So everything is blurry right now, not just the lettering. But yeah, thank you everybody who's watching on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I appreciate you all coming out. If you are commenting on Instagram, unfortunately, I can't port that up. That won't show up in the feed. So check us out on YouTube, Comic Book Streamland, or Facebook, and chat with us on there. Yes, booth 1948, brother. Table 3935. Okay, you're not going to be far. We'll be hanging out, having a good time, right? You just came back from Baltimore. Tom, how was it?
Yeah, that was great for us. I mean, it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was really, really good. Super, super happy. It was cool to hang with NEI. We had a whole bunch of BDI guys were there, like in Artis Alley, and yeah, it was really good. It was a throwback show for us because that was where we went early in our career. And Baltimore as a whole is the origin story of Tom Hutchison in comics. So it was fun to go back. However, it was also like highly disappointing because the Inner Harbor, which is where I used to go and get comics and, eat fudge and go to the aquarium, like that whole place is basically dead. I mean, there's nothing there anymore. Even the fudge store is gone. I was like, what the hell? So
the aquarium is gone too?
The aquarium is still there. Like the rest of the Inner Harbor is just like it's the boat, the Constitution or
right, yeah. So that little mall thing is gone?
It's there, but there's nothing in it. It's all there's like a couple of restaurants that are open and the rest is dead. Yeah. So they're talking. So the locals are talking about how they're going to just tear it down and rebuild the whole thing into something.
Dude, when I was living out there and when I was in Virginia, right outside of PG County, there were the Gaylord Marriott hotels were building an entire complex off of the water, a whole city over there. So maybe some of that stuff just shifted down, man.
I don't know, but I was bummed. Even the Hooters was closed. I mean, it was just it was dead. I was really bummed.
No bueno. I'm sorry.
But, Cheesecake Factory was there, so we got a little food and hung out by the water, and that was all right. But, yeah, it was very disappointing to, remember back to the grand days when I was a kid or even just when we were doing Baltimore Comic-Con in the early days, 12 years ago.
Right.
It was nice.
It's just
it's
not.
A nice area.
Yeah, it's Baltimore, so it's not a nice area, but
that area.
Careful.
Yes.
Now,
Careful.
You don't want to say it's not a nice area. You don't want to say it's not a nice area. It's
it was a nice area. I don't know about now. It was nice.
Marvin, you're doing a convention this weekend, yes?
No, let's finish this not nice conversation.
No, we're not. We're trying to move on from that. You know what?
You're a little afraid of something.
I'll talk about it on your stream Sunday. How about that? I'll bring it up. I'll be like, hey, listen, Calderon doesn't like Baltimore. He doesn't think it's a nice area.
This is your conversation. You have to bring.
Can I get off the segue? I'm trying.
Dreamland.
No. I say we circle around. We bring it back.
Dreamland, baby. Marvin, you got a convention going on this weekend, yes?
Well, no, it's a local comic shop day.
Local comic shop day. Where are you going to be tomorrow?
Try to get it right, buddy.
Can I set him up? That's what the host does. He sets him up. He acts like a the blonde and gives them the opportunity to speak. Come on, bro. You're getting red in the face here, kid.
It's been a long day. I gotta decompress. Sorry.
He's still wearing a collar shirt. Jay.
Exactly.
You got to give him a break. You got to give him a break.
Got off the train, ate some food, sat down to talk to you guys. Thank you. I appreciate all of you.
Okay, let's go back to Marvin and local comic shop day for a second. Can you let the brother speak, please? Thank you, sir. You want to tell us about local comic shop
Sure.
day?
I dropped the link. So local comic shop day is, so you got free comic book day is Diamond. Local comic shop day is Comics Pro. So it is the last Saturday in September. So there'll be like exclusive comics, et cetera, et cetera. It's another free comic book day pretty much, but there's nothing free. That's the only difference. You don't get it. You can't just walk in and pick up stuff off a table and say, "Hey, I got this free stuff."
And what are you going to be doing there?
Oh, I'm going to be selling my books at New Dimension Comics in the waterfront. So Comicsburg will be descending on the comic shop.
Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the chat for anybody who's interested, because it is showing us a whole list of venues, shops that are going to be participating in local comic shop day. So check it out, folks. All right, head on over, spend a couple of shekels over there, and
scroll down on that.
Scrolling down
into the seas.
Into the sea. So we got Comics, Bad City, Bad Comics, Beyond Tomorrow Comics.
I don't think he asked you to read the names. I just think he asked you to scroll on the seas.
I don't tell you what to do. I don't say anything about you not having a producer on your show. Why? Well, who are we looking for in the seas? Before I got cut off there, buddy.
We're already past. We're done. I'm done with you. We're done. We're past.
You were looking for somebody in particular?
Over. It's over. Go away. It's over.
Bosco's and Anchorage, Cape and Cowles, Captain Blue Hen.
Anchorage, like Alaska?
Yeah, Anchorage.
I have got to go to an Alaska comic book store. That's
they have two comic conventions in Alaska.
What?
Yeah. We were invited to one, but the travel cost was ridiculous.
Really?
That's a big question. That's not a
That's a bucket list for me now. I have to do an Alaska Comic Con.
Manitoba, Winnipeg, the home of the other Jets. Thank you very much. Yes. Look at this. Manchester, Tennessee, Louisiana, Georgia, Michigan, Illinois, Arizona.
What's the Michigan one? What's the Michigan one there?
Kalamazoo, Fanfare Sports and Entertainment. Fanfareland.com.
Okay.
Yeah, Kalamazoo Comics is a Comicsburg store.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of stores on that list carry our stuff. So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of these are all I want to say these are all Comics Pro related stores.
Gotcha. Okay. I haven't seen one from New York yet. What's up, people?
I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's New York, right?
Oh yeah, it's Jersey, I think.
Yeah. Is it Jersey or Connecticut? I don't even remember.
Where's Here we go. Oh yeah, Harrison, New York. Excuse me, Marvin. I gotta let you know something, brother. Since you're not okay,
he's gonna let you know.
I said New York State. I didn't say city.
Yeah, bro. We don't count that. You know what I mean? Upstate New York roots for the New England teams. Yeah. So we don't like they don't even root for Buffalo. Massapequa at the bottom of the list. Yes, William, who unfortunately moved to Massachusetts. I'm sorry, brother. But we don't consider upstate New York part of New York, brother. That's a whole other country. Forget about state. They might as well be Canadians. You know,
that's like Buffalo too, right? It's like it's not even
Buffalo, Albany, the Finger Lakes, the whole nine.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? You brought up Buffalo. Bring CB Zane over so we can dump on Buffalo. All right, because
is that where he's from?
He's a Buffalo.
Yeah, he's Buffalo. Yeah, he's
Buffalonian. Buffalonian.
He's a buffoon. Buffoon.
No, I wouldn't say that. I won't say that. I'm actually trying to. What do they call themselves? Buffalonians? Buffalonians?
Buffalonians.
Buffalonians? I don't know.
What is happening right now?
I don't know. Listen, it is what it is.
This is why he gets the stuff you took it on him. What? Did you say something?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can't. You don't tell me.
I'm going to send him the link right now, and then we can ask him.
There you go. Just bring him
the link. Send him the link. Bring him through. sports rivalries, New York rivalries, stuff like that. Where's the cutoff in New York? Is it White Plains? No, brother.
Look,
it is the four boroughs, honestly.
Yeah.
Staten
We barely
Island's not part of
adapt
New York.
Long Island.
Staten Island, that's funny.
Crossing the bridge, right?
Jersey
So
doesn't
we
even
don't
want
cross the
Staten
bridge.
Island. Long Island's really just part of Queens,
Yeah.
and Yonkers is just part of the Bronx.
Yep.
So it's just Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and the Bronx. That's it. That's all we got. That's all that's New York. 8 million people. That's all we need.
What about Harlem?
Harlem's
That's
part
in
of
Manhattan.
Manhattan, brother. Come on.
I don't know these things.
And it's not. And listen, real New Yorkers know it's not called Harlem. It's called 25th. Not even 125th. Go 25th. If you're living there, you don't know. Don't worry about it. I'll give you a little bit of insight. But so local comic shop day. You're going to be there with anybody else or just yourself?
The Comicsburg crew, except for DP, because DP lives in Atlanta now.
Okay, cool beans.
So Grant Harrenberg.
Anything special going to go on over there?
No. I save all my exclusive stuff for.
You're not going to run a live stream while you're in the show?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm doing the Comicsburg on the Edge show at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Marvin, don't let him give you those looks. I mean,
I'm setting him up, brother. You know what I mean?
Like don't let him give you those
bro.
looks.
Let me get you the link for that too.
Get another link. You need something to do.
William, not even money earned in Mount Vernon from Heavy D. No, that is money earned in Mount Vernon is still part of the Bronx, brother. They don't have their own, the whole New Rochelle area, everything up to Yonkers. It's still part of the Bronx. Had you never left New York and went to Massachusetts, you would have known, bro. But you dropped the ball on us, man.
Massachusetts is a nice state. It's very nice.
So here's the link in the chat, folks, for Marvin, what he's going to be doing over there at the shop. Because you got how many hours left on your campaign, bro?
68-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of days.
I got till Monday afternoon. 64 hours again.
And we'll look into that in a moment. Calderon, you just finished up campaign, didn't you?
And you just started a new one.
Yeah, I just started a new one today.
Wait, Dreamweavers is over and you're on another one?
Of course. This one is a 16-day campaign. I just started it this morning. Okay. This is for the Alvaro Chronicles.
Did you put the link in the chat?
Oh no, I didn't.
Put the link in the chat and we'll go over that. You know what? I might as well ask because Tom last time had one running, didn't say anything. What special day is coming up right now? What event are you propping?
October 12th is Critter 24. October
12th, Critter 24.
Yeah, we'll be launching it when we're down at Big Texas Comic Con. We'll be launching it at the show on Saturday.
Okay. So, with what Calderon just did and launched without any preamble to this whatsoever, is a great lead-in to the question I got tonight. And are comic book creators using social media correctly?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I agree with
and
Tom.
JD just proved it because none of us knew what the fuck was going on until right now.
Right.
Listen, I've launched campaigns by accident at 2 a.m. I mean, literally, I just finished, got it approved, and I hit the button by accident. I was like,
okay. Fuck. So why do you think we're not using social media correctly? Is it because we have too much on our plate? Is it because the only time we have to do anything is at 2:00 in the morning after we've gotten everything else done during the day?
Is it that we're not using it correctly, or the people in our community aren't using it properly to voice out things?
That is part of it, but see, that's part of all. So the question was, are creators using it incorrectly? And the answer is yes. Are the people we're trying to get to using it incorrectly? Also yes. But it's not even that they're using it incorrectly, but because we know all this algorithm BS. The reality is that the algorithms can be fixed if people actually engaged with what they saw, but they don't anymore. Like it used to be, click it, like, comment, whatever. Nowadays, it's just like, oh, cool. I see JD's thing, scroll on, rather than even dropping a like. It's just we move too fast in social media that the likes just don't come. Even though you're getting seen, there's not an engagement to make that visual continue to pop to the top of the algorithm.
Well, that's because it's not negative. If it was something negative, then it would automatically be in everyone's feed because everybody would have
because people have an opinion. Yeah, you're right.
But does it always have to be negative? Like I want to bring up Tom for a second, right? Tom,
it has to
great engagement with your community, and I think that helps you pay dividends when it comes to launching a campaign.
Sure. And this is why I say that it gets done wrong, is because too many people use social media only as a context of buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. That's all they have. Right. And so for me, my social media is fucking everywhere. It's this movie is batshit. This creator is batshit. This, whatever. This is crazy. What is this? Huh?
You've been talking about Jay again? On your feet?
No.
Oh, because you said this creator's batshit. I was just like, oh.
Sorry. You know what? I'm not dropping campaigns like that. Like, hey, come find your shit.
I think one of the keys to social media to sort of force the interaction is to not sell your whatever all the time. Like you've got to move yourself through. Like I do sports because I'm a sports person. I like sports, so I'll comment about sports, like movies, like TV. I'll comment about that stuff. So you kind of have to force some engagement in some capacity, because then once they're engaged in that, whatever it is, that will help your other stuff get into their feed. Now that's still not going to guarantee reaction, a like or a comment or any of that kind of stuff, which is whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But you have to kind of force people to get involved with you in other capacities to just maintain some stability in their thing.
Right. I mean, some people software engineering is what that is.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, 100%. You're right. Yeah. But like with Marvin's a great example, because I see a lot of Marvin stuff now, because Marvin actually will share my stuff. Like I just make a post and I'll see Marvin will share it. So I see that Marvin shared it, but now all of a sudden Marvin is like in my feed a lot more, like all of his stuff that he's doing. He's like, boop, 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 because Marvin interacted with me. The algorithm just started being like, oh, Marvin and you must be, wanting to see what each other is doing. Like, duh, that's why we're friends on Facebook. But
one of the things that the algorithm is doing is that whenever you put a link anywhere, it buries it.
Sure. Yeah. And that's why I don't put links on things.
Oh, no, I do the same thing. I'll just sometimes post pictures and, that's why you'll see me post on my Goofy comics or whatever that I bought for $1.
But I mean, even when I'm when I'm promoting the campaign, I won't post a link. It'll still just be, here's the thing, go get the thing. And I won't post a link, not even sometimes in the thread. And here's the reason, because I will invariably get somebody to post on the thing saying, where's the link? That's my engagement. And I get that little bump. And then I post the link. There it is, and dot.
See, look at that. Tom dropping wisdom. I got to take notes.
Well, I mean, these are tiny little things. I mean, I am not a social media guy, but it does seem to work, at least in the tiniest aspect of what's going on.
But I found that if you post a link and then you tag people in it, that pushes it into their feed. They see it and then they share it too.
Yes, 100%. But like, if you tag somebody that doesn't want to get tagged, then you piss somebody off. So it's okay to like tag your artists and stuff. Like, obviously do that. You better be doing that, because then you're right. Marvin's 100% right. It drives it into a completely different feed. Right. 100%. Yeah.
Right. That at everyone tag pisses off a hell of a lot of people.
Well, it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
No, it exists, but it only exists like in groups.
It only works in groups.
Yeah, it's not you can do it on your feed. It has to be a group thing. So
there's another one. So they're like, we're probably all in the same Facebook groups, right? Okay. And there are multiple groups that have tens of thousands of people in it.
Sure.
And there's no engagement whatsoever in it.
Yeah, but half of those are all bots.
Yeah. Right.
Half of any number that you see in a group, half of that's bots. I will guarantee you, I will challenge any moderator to go through your group and tell me who's a bot and who's not.
If it's not 80%.
yeah. It's crazy. But also Marvin's right. There is very little engagement. Somebody posted the other day, they were like, why don't we have engagement in here? And that, again, because it generates a discussion, people started to dive in, and there was like 20 people talking about it. And I was one of them. And I was like, well, I mean, one of the other guys was like, well, most of these groups have just become graveyard links. Everybody's just dropping a link and leaving, dropping a link and leaving. Because again, no one's doing anything to push engagement on something, whether you're saying something controversial, Dune 2 was garbage, whatever. It doesn't matter. Do something to create engagement versus buy my book.
Right, but then it's in the hands of the so-called community to help with that, because you can get these things trending and popping up on Twitter as a trend, or Instagram or Facebook as trends, if people would actually talk with people besides when something's negative. Like there's a few people who post regularly something controversial, not negative, controversial, and people will be like 30 posts in there. I'm like, well, somebody just posted that they just signed a contract and they're doing this, and that, and no one engages with that. I'm like, that's right. This doesn't make sense. Like, you should be celebrating that person.
I'll tell you something that someone told me a long time ago when I was first starting. I was on this website called Digital Webbing that some of you guys might remember.
I remember.
And
we all remember.
Yeah. And so they used to have these boards where you could post stuff and people would tell you, whatever it was. And so I posted this piece of art one time, and I had two colorists, and they were very different colors. And I posted them both up, and I was like, look, I like both of these, but you guys tell me what you like, and then I'll figure out, where to go with this. And I got torn down. Torn down by people who were like, well, this is shit either way, but you shouldn't even be asking people this and that. Like, I was like, what in the hell is going on? Yeah. And so I got a guy who direct messaged me, and he says, look, don't worry about anything that's happening on that thread. You are going to, what you produced in both capacities was top notch. And he was like, I like the one on the left or whatever. But he said, this was the part he said, you are going to go through this journey of comics, and you are going to run into people who are wildly jealous of what you're producing. Mm-hmm. And in that capacity, they will either completely ignore you because you're better than they are, right in their brain. Like, I'm not going to help him in that capacity, or they will just come and tear you down. Oh, that's some shit. That's some garbage. That's and that was early in my career. That was before I even had a book out. This guy threw that at me, and I was like, why are we like that? But throughout my now almost 15 years of doing this, I'm like, oh yeah, he wasn't kidding.
And Digital Webbing was filled with a lot of that.
Yes.
Yeah. I liked Ed Duke. I like Ed Dukeshire. It was a cool dude, man. Yeah. But yeah.
But that seems to be the nature of those kind of message forums, is that it brings in like animosity a lot to it, because you said that jealousy of someone who's succeeding and I'm not succeeding. Right. Why is he better than me? Why is he doing this and I can't? But there was a lot of talent that came out of that. That in Pistol Jack, a lot of talent came out of that.
Brian Ollie came out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I came out of there. Hi.
Yeah,
all of us came from there. But yeah, like Mark Brooks came from Pistol Jack, and like Ray Height.
I forgot his name. Asrar, Asrar. He works over at Marvel. His last name. Oh, he's an artist.
Asrar. I think it's Asrar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and FICO Osio, the guy who worked for me, went on to work for IDW. He was doing stuff for like Transformers and all that kind of crap. It's Spider-Man for them, and so there's a lot
back real cheap because they don't pay anything now.
Yeah.
I guess iron sharpens iron. I guess that. So the trials and tribulations of Digital Webbing got people where they are now. I guess.
Yeah.
I got a conversation for off screen when it comes to that.
No, you're doing social media wrong. You have to do it now so that everybody can get involved and comment and post and drive the video further.
Yes.
We just talked about this, Jay.
I know. I don't want to tear anybody up. I don't want to expose anybody. That's not.
You can just make up
You
names.
don't have to mention names.
Yeah,
Don't mention any names.
I can't. I cannot, sir. I cannot. All right, we're gonna keep that to
Just
ourselves.
change
Don't
the
name
names to
names.
protect
Are you
identity.
sure you're from Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
100%. Born and bred, baby. Don't ever question that.
Because you
Don't
like
ever question that.
major little puto. Like, just pussy. Like,
Yo, my man,
the chump.
my man.
It's the glasses. The glasses have really reduced him in stature.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what it must be. Is the glasses, bro. It's like your kryptonite just turned you into a punk.
Okay, I'm gonna remember this.
It's like,
I
well,
can't
look,
wait for your stream.
he was Superman without them, and now with them, he's just Clark Kent.
There you go. There you go.
No, Clark, bitch.
Clark Bent.
Bitch.
Oh, you're probably right. He probably has gotten bent too.
Oh my God. JayDee Rosario, use other names. Okay, I will use other names. I will not. Okay. Listen,
I mean,
I
we'll probably know who you're
won't
talking
use any
about,
names.
but-
How about that?
Jay, don't bother because you've already changed the story. So you're not even going to tell us the story you're originally going to say anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna tell the story at all. No, we're not gonna change the names.
Is the name of it? Is it Sylvia With?
Gonna say, listen, man, that's the premium stuff. So when we do the Patreon, I can get the pay to watch this later. bro.
Real stories on
on, man.
Patreon, $5 a month.
Come on, bro. Come on. What's that meme? That guy? Yeah, always thinking. Always thinking.
If
Right?
you were really thinking, you would have filled this in before the show. And we would have known about the Patreon.
Excuse me. You didn't come in early enough. Okay? Me and Marvin were talking about something else. We were here for a full 30 minutes. Tom came in at least 10 minutes before you showed up. You showed up 2 minutes before we went live.
I mean,
I don't wanna
you know,
hear this shit.
excuse some of us for having a life. I mean, you know.
We're having a life. What do you mean having a fucking life?
Did I not tell you I just got off from work, got off the train, had some food, and came on your damn show?
Uh-huh.
Did you not hear that?
Did you go out? Did you hang out? Did you meet people for drinks? Did you engage in happy hour? That's not part of having a life. You
This
were
is
working
happy.
to live.
What are you
You
talking
weren't
about?
living to work.
This is happy hour.
Exactly.
Come on.
Jay Rosario's happy hour fun time show.
That's it. You know what? You're lucky I'm not drinking right now. Okay? Because if I was, I'd be lighting you up, kid. All right? I'm in my get ready for a svelte body during Comic-Con mode. Okay? I'm drinking water. All right? I'm eating salads so I can look nice and trim. Get up to a nice fighting weight.
Are you doing that? Are you doing that Hugh Jackman thing where you just drink water and then you stop drinking it for like a week so that you just shred out?
There you go. There you go, baby. There you go. 72 hours. You can't do a week. 72 hours. That's it. Right? And then you're annoying because you're dehydrated, you're pissed off, you're very irritable.
Are you in the annoying phase right now?
Well, he's never left.
Oh, fuck yeah.
From day one that I met him, he's never left that.
Who's fucking underneath me? Fucking guy.
Drink some water, Jay.
Oh, is my wife here? It's usually what she says when I'm drinking too much. Oh man, I can't wait to be on Calderon's show on Sunday. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time, buddy.
Just remember when you don't see Jay, just remember I didn't send him a link.
Okay. All right. And then we can all rag on him for being late and ditching us.
Like normal.
Exactly.
Like normal.
Yeah.
Like
All right.
normal.
All right.
All right. Here we go. We got somebody else also chiming. William, again, does the name you won't say rhyme with Katie Falderon? Yes. Here we go. We got Brad, poor JayDee. Thank you for being on my side, Brad. I appreciate it. All right. Kristen, leave Jay alone. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. See, I got people on my side, bro. All right, I got support.
Try to leave him alone. He keeps coming back.
What do you mean? Coming back? This is my show. Where the hell am I going to go? I got nowhere else to go. It's Friday night. I'm talking to you guys. All right, there's no football. Come on. No,
College football,
my
man.
JayDee, I'm working my unstop. Oh, that's right. So we got New York Comic Con coming up over here in a few weeks, and for anybody who knows, that is my Super Bowl weekend. Right, that's home field advantage for us.
That's because the Jets never get there.
Son of a mother. Listen. Oh, when it comes to this, when it comes to the history of what's happening over there at New York Comic Con, for those who've been around the area, there's a section called the Hudson Yards. The Jets were ready to make a bid. All right. The Jets and the Giants were ready to make a bid on that area to put up a stadium. But Dolan and Madison Square Garden put the kibosh on that, and it did not happen. We could have had the New York Jets and the New York Giants back in the hometown, but they dropped the ball for both of us because of the pull that he had over there with Madison Square Garden. But since it's so close, we can actually bring the kitchen sink over there. We're bringing a ton of merchandise, and one of the things that I have announced at unstoppablecomics.com is the exclusives that we're going to have over there. Some of those being our Betsy the Zombie of Liberty glow-in-the-dark pin. Limited to only 50, so get there when you can get there. We'll get that one. One of the other things is our regular Betsy the Zombie of
Wow. This is quality production.
That one's gonna stay at home, right? But a few other things we're gonna have are some premium holochrome covers. This is New York versus the World number
Nobody
1.
buys comics, Jay. Don't you know that?
What are you talking about?
Nobody buys comics. Nobody buys
big last year in New York Comic Con. But the artist and the writer, Andres Barrero, and myself will be there signing copies. And if you want a little bit more info, you can head on to the New York Comic Con website and look at some of the exhibitor exclusives, and you can find our stuff over there, right? Or you can head on to the.
How much did you have to pay for that?
See, no, that was the regular stuff. To be a featured exhibitor, you got to pay extra. So, and it's just a blue highlight. You see how it shows up over here, the blue highlight, the featured exhibitor.
It's not a link. It's not like an actual working link.
No, well, what you can do is you go to the section and you see these are the folks that are not paying for the featured exhibitor highlight, and that's all it is. But you can look us up, right? Unstoppable Comics, and find out a little bit about us and check out our exhibitor exclusives. There's going to be 2 more things up there, but right now it's just 4 holding spots for our enamel pins. So, come on through, hang out with us at booth 1948. We're going to be there having a great time, and I hope you come through, right? I can't wait. October 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. I won't be wearing the glasses, though, Tom, so don't get too upset. All right. Or maybe get excited. We go back to Superman mode.
Doesn't matter. I'm not going to be there. Do what you got to do. Read the words you need to read, Jay. I won't be there.
But he'll go to Anchorage. He'll go to Anchorage.
He wants to meet a polar bear.
Alaska has killer whales, man. New York ain't got killer whales.
Are
you kidding me, bro? We got the Natural Museum of History on 86th Street.
Those are dead animals. I want to see a real live in the world animal.
They were live, brother. They were live at one point.
Yeah, but not anymore. You killed them, Jay. You killed them.
There you go.
There have been a bunch of people joining us on the Instagram feed. Comadres y Comics, Sue Ruddy, Big Rob QB, Lila Cat, Jay Feliz, Enigma Phoenix, Lonzo Star.
You're live on Instagram right now?
Yeah, we're live on Instagram
right now. Find that.
So for those of you who are joining us, I can't scroll up on the feed. That's all I see right now. Thank you for joining us. If you want to drop some comments, please join us on the YouTube feed, Comic Book Streamland.
Are you sure you're live? Oh, you're live on Jay the Unstoppable.
Yeah, live on Jay the Unstoppable. Right, yeah. So that's where we're at right now. Please, if you want to drop a comment, send it on over to.
How'd you get 1,000 followers, you bastard?
What, dude? I had more.
You have 1,008 followers right now.
Yeah, they used to be at 120. Not a much more, but more. But anyways, yeah. So again, if you're dropping comments over there, I want to thank you all. Please, if you want to engage in the conversation, join us on Facebook, join us on YouTube, Comic Book Streamland, and get down with us or make fun of me. I know one of you guys says, "Hey, attack Jay more, please."
I'm gonna load up your Instagram with attacks right now.
Was that Odyssey Comics? Is that's Marcus? You know.
No. That was Enigma Phoenix. Yes. No.
Ah.
Yeah. Thanks, Marcus, if you're watching. You know, but that's the thing, right? Tom mentioned this before. The people that attack you are the ones that are scared because you're doing good, right? They're jealous of you. Didn't you say that? Tom dropped that.
You know what?
What's up?
You're so right.
Thank you for finally agreeing with me, baby. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, look at Tom. He's wearing those cat ears. He's quaking.
Yeah. I see the bass on the speakers is bumping, right?
Exactly.
This is what we're doing, right? One of the things I think that we need to do is just engage with people more, whether it's through live streams like this when they're chatting with us in the comment and just interact with them, building our community. And I don't see many people do this. Tom, you mentioned this before with graveyard links, right? And with so many other social media platforms out there, the ability for graveyard links just scales up.
Oh yeah.
Do you think people could engage more with their communities if they trim down their social media presence or
I mean, I think that there's value in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Anything beyond those four, you're just chasing your own tail. All these new things. Remember when Vero was a thing? Like, oh my God, Vero. Remember Blue Sky? Oh, everybody go to Blue Sky. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to those things.
So Reddit still has a big audience in it, though.
What does?
Reddit.
Well, yeah, but that's not like Reddit's been around a long time.
Right.
But that's another thing that you have to really learn how to use. It's a whole different world. But that's the thing. Each one of these things is a completely different world. So you've got to either know how to use all of them. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this all the time. He's like, each one of these has, value to you, but each one of these you have to use differently. Each one has a way that it works, and you have to learn how they work. And I'm like, you're 100% right, Gary, but I don't have time to learn how all this shit works. And so I just basically focus on one and I tinker around with the other ones. And that may be not the right way to do it, but it's the only way that I can really do it myself.
Right. Well, I mean, this is why like there are tools like you have to pay for that can allow you to post everywhere at once.
Yeah, but that's not even what he's talking about. Like that I do. Like I post on Facebook and it goes to Instagram and stuff. Like that's just an automatic thing. But each individual thing, like we talk about algorithms and so on, each one has its own set of algorithms that it wants to use, that it wants you to use. There's different reactions to different things, reels and shorts. YouTube shorts is big versus long form YouTube. Like each one has its own way of maxing itself out, basically. And so if you take the time to learn how to max those things out, you can use them more efficiently. But like I said, it's a learning process. You have to really dive in and be like, how does TikTok work? How does Instagram work? What do these people want to see? What do they react to?
So do you have the time to learn that stuff when you're running a small business? I know, Calderon, you consider this to be a hobby, right? But there's still a lot of money involved in it. You don't want to lose your shirt. But is learning that stuff putting the cart before the horse?
I mean, it's the same. It's tools, right? So if you don't have time to learn it or utilize it, then you have to hire someone that does have the time to do it.
Okay. I mean, Calderon, Daphne has great engagement, right? Her YouTube channel blows up, and it shows whenever she launches a new product.
Daphne's a chick.
Yeah.
Just saying. And she's a chick with no filter.
Okay.
That's sort of top of the heap right there, man.
Right.
And I'm not tearing her down for that. I'm just saying that's a legitimate, real.
Right. No, she's definitely strong in her opinions, but also in her experience. And I get that, but that does not take away from the fact that she interacts, not just during live streams, but in regular communities. At least I see it on Facebook. I don't know
she
what her
has
engagement is like on Twitter.
she has a little bit more time to be able to do that, so she does it, which is good, which is what she should be doing.
And she draws furries.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all works, Jay. It's all working.
And the thing is like also is like her campaign is like she's also selling originals. And she's selling original artwork, and I mean, her last campaign, I mean, she made a decent amount of money. Good for her.
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad. No, she does the work, right? Yeah. And it pays off. So
there was a post today that's on Facebook and it was using Skinner from The Simpsons, where he's just bent over showing his ass, and the meme says Instagram girls selling comic books, and it's just showing his ass. I'm like, it's not even false. It's not even like a fake thing. It's funny, but it's not even false. Like, there's literally been girls where they're like, oh, like, here's my comic, like right under, and it's like the cleavage, and it's like, here, buy my comic. Like, it's real. Like, this is real. No one is like tearing people down, but that's real life. And it's similar to like when people complain about like, well, all these girl books like sell better. I'm like, yeah, because girl books sell better. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Look at Brian Polito right now. He does $200,000 on all of his Lady Death stuff and all his other girl stuff. And he puts out the new Mike Morg book, which is live right now. And it's like at 40-some thousand right now. So even he struggles to sell dude books. I mean, it's living, actual, real-time evidence of.
But there's a limit to that. There's a cap to that, whether it's genre specific or not. Because if you try to sell a female-led movie, it's not going to do.
I'm only talking about comics. I am solely talking about comics. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
I'm sorry, Calderon. I cut you off. You were going to say something.
No. I mean, listen. I mean, Tom's not wrong. I mean, there is definitely a cap, right, to just about anything. Obviously, Polito's at the top of that cap, right, when it comes down to the Lady Death and all that stuff. And then the rest of us are just following along, doing what we can to get there.
Right.
But, he is selling, what was it, Mike Morg?
Yeah, Mike Morg. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's selling that, and, he's going to sell, if he's lucky, 20% of what he does on Lady Death. Right, if he's lucky, I don't even think he'll do 20%.
Right, but he has a whole team to help him engage too, right? Because of
right, but that's
he's built up.
Right, but what we're talking about here is we went on a tangent about how do you sell books, and the answer is it's harder to sell dudes than it is to sell, girls.
And try to sell mice.
And it's a dude mouse. What did you do, man? It's not even a girl mouse. Oh my god,
dude mouse.
I know.
Yeah,
you did everything wrong, JD.
Yes. I did. Really did.
So is Mike Morg because he couldn't get back Evil Ernie? Is that
yes, basically?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, damn, does he have beef with the guys from Dynamite? Do they not like him?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
It's not like active, like the lower level of indie world where they just kind of bitch at each other. It's not active like social media, but there is sort of that whole thing that
the bridges have been burned.
It's in the background. Yeah.
Right. It's in the background. And it's probably more like Barucci brought it out before he could get his hands on it.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Barucci just got in there and said, nah, thanks, but
yeah, right place, right time, and then
Barucci from
Dynamite.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I confused him with the gentleman who did own CrossGen. What was his name?
Alessi,
yeah. He passed away a couple years ago.
He did. He did. But he had major heat with a few creators as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Waid really being the major one, but
well, a lot of them will now talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
There was problems. I mean, that was the whole thing with we talked about Middleton at the beginning, is he was bad mouthing the company from day one. So that's why he only lasted like 6 issues, and they were like, yeah, get out of here. We don't need that around here.
See, but he tried to treat it like an office space as opposed to the creative,
which drove people batshit.
Right.
In the end, that's a lot of them will tell you like it was interesting conceptually, like let's do the bullpen again, but it was not It wasn't.
But he was
flowing.
also trying to do things that others weren't, right? He was trying to give benefits to creators.
Yeah, he
Sure.
gave
Right?
him
He was trying to give them a
medical,
full-time
yeah.
salary.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
I mean, on one hand, you've got the garbage that went down, but on the other hand, you had
Right.
the best of intentions that went sour.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Right? Do you think in today's social media market, things would have been different for CrossGen?
Well, here's the thing: CrossGen didn't go away because they were unsuccessful in their publishing. They went away because Mark Alessi lost a lot of money in the stock market, and all that kind of stuff. And he didn't really have a choice but to shut down and sell it to Disney.
Okay.
So they were successful in what they were doing. Not, they were also one of these places, like we talked with Ultraverse. It was sort of right place, right time, right moment. Like, Wizard was talking them up. They had all the advantages that we don't have anymore to do that stuff. So, they went away because of business elements outside of CrossGen itself. That was the primary aspect of it.
More what's going on with a lot of the publishers now.
What's that?
Well, it was more just Mark Alessi in the stock market and things like Enron and all that kind of stuff were happening. And so he just didn't have he came in with millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to do all of what he was doing, and then that dried up. So
right, that's what I mean by a lot of these publishers now drop their money, their funds are no longer available for them that they had before.
Right.
Yeah.
But
what had happened was he had a particular stock from a company that was out in the West Coast. He was like, I think, one of the presidents. He had $30 million worth of this stock. He went and he was going to sell it. And one of the interviews I heard from him, he didn't insure it. If he had insured it, it would have cost him 10% of whatever he was going to make. So he would have gotten $27 million. But he says it's been at $30. He has a million shares, been at $30 for like the last 4 or 5 years. It's not going anywhere. I can wait 2 weeks. I'll keep the extra $3 million. What happened was something happened with some presidential candidate, bad mouth, and then the whole thing with Enron happened. The stock fell to $3. So he went from 30 million to 3 million. And he had said he had made CrossGen to lose money for the first 5 years. That was built into the plan because that's how a lot of these big companies work, right? So, but what happened was he only had 3 million. He didn't have the full, but he said he kept it running a lot longer than he thought he would keep it. But he eventually ran out of cash, and then he had to sell it and close shop and all that jazz. So and it's sad because he did a lot of things right, stuff that people that today are benefiting from, So,
dude, major publishers. They're dropping their page rates, right? They're not.
Well,
that's because these places aren't selling any books, not to the capacity that they used to. If you used to sell 20,000 units and now you're selling 10, something's got to change. From a business standpoint, it's got to change.
Right. Or it's going to impact you the way it's impacted Dark Horse and it's impacted, Valiant selling to major corporations.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the only reason Mike Richardson sold is because he's smart. He was like he knew that iron was hot.
I don't know who that
Dark
is.
Horse.
Dark Horse. Okay.
Yeah, Mike Richardson. He's the guy that created it. He's been the director there forever. He's still there. But he had originally sold it to. It was a Chinese company, right? Bought it for like who knows how much money they paid the guy. And then it got sold to some other company, some company that was buying up a lot of gaming companies, and they devalued the entire Dark Horse. Like they know they could not make back the money that they spent on it.
Well, I have a question about that because this has always been in my head when someone bought Dark Horse. I'm like, isn't all of that stuff creator owned?
No,
or at least most of it.
Well, most of it. I mean, Ghost, Mark, American,
all the Hellboy stuff.
No, Hellboy. That's all Mike Mignola. But
creator owned.
Yeah, no. But Ghost, the Mark, like there was for a little while they had their own lineup. They had a superhero thing going.
Yeah, but even those were creator owned. Like the guys that made those things.
But they don't own them. Dark Horse owns them. Like they own. Like Dark Horse owns Ghost,
X.
and they own what is it, X? Is it X?
Yeah, X. Yeah.
Yeah.
X, the Mark.
Yeah, all of that comics greatest universe stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that stuff, yeah.
Agent Zero, shit like that, right?
Okay, so let's say they own that. Whoopee. What else is Dark Horse that somebody's paying so much money for them?
Who knows?
Besides the name. I mean, the name has value, obviously. But
Right. Well,
But
Ghost
yeah,
and X were IP for movies and TV shows, but
Right.
I mean, again, it's just sitting on the shelf waiting for someone to put $60 million into to get it made.
so
Yeah.
are you telling me that if I were to go to Dark Horse and be like, yo, I want to write Ghost, they'd be like, sure?
I don't know if they, you'd have to get through them.
It's like
But I mean, it's like Dynamite, right? They have some of these characters that are just sort of languishing.
Mhm.
And if I would be like, hey, I got this thing I want to do with Ghost, and I mean, obviously it's up to them, but
Right. Well, they might. You never know.
they have ownership of it to be able to make that decision.
Yeah.
but do they have the proceeds to do that, right? That's like going to Alien Books and saying, hey, I'd like to write Bloodshot. I'd like to write Valiant. I mean, Ninjak. I'd like to write Harbinger.
It's a little different because those are all
What way?
part of specific universe that they're trying to build. And while Ghost and those things are part of that comics greatest universe or whatever it is, they all have existed on their own in multiple capacities over the years too. They've been particularly Ghost has been rebooted like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So if you were to go in and be like, look, you guys aren't using this character, I would like to write it. I mean, that's what I did with Dynamite. I went in and said, look, you guys aren't using Bad Kitty. Like, what, would you guys be interested to have Bad Kitty kind of come back? Nick was like, sure. Tell me what you have in mind. And I pitched Bad Kitty.
Okay.
Mhm. Oh, now was it Barbed Wire?
Barbed
Was
Wire.
that
Yep.
Barbed Wire, right?
Yep.
Was
that
Stripperella part of that or no?
No,
Was-
no, that was an original creation for that TV show.
Yeah,
Are
but
they
I
still
think-
generating revenue off of replays of Mask?
right? That's theirs. The Mask is theirs. They had another one.
Well, but that's theirs. Dark Horse made that, or
The Mask. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's theirs.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they got a sellable portfolio. It's just a matter of you're kind of at the tail end of this whole entire comic book thing. So
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like that stuff is probably not going to sell, but not as a movie, but as a TV series, because like they're snatching up all this stuff for TV now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, streaming
kicked me out of
in any
animation.
capacity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, now I have something to think about.
I didn't know you were there. Tim.
Would be a
What's
really
going
good TV series if they wanted to work on that.
Barbed wire could not exist on TV in this environment. No, sir. Not unless it went like Amazon, like The Boys style.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
went like,
I mean, that's where Amazon or
yeah. Somebody would have to really be willing to run with that.
Mhm.
I'll do it. I'll write it.
Sounds
Trust me. I can write this shit, guys.
Well, somebody who's writing that shit pretty well launched something today without any fanfare whatsoever. So let's see what he is writing right now. All right.
this
Passing
is-
Queens and Making Homes.
Yes, 1 through 6. This is already been written, so that part of it is already taken care of.
Okay.
This is passing. So this is the Oswald Chronicles. This is issues 1 through 6. This is in full color now. So that's really the big thing about this. Is like before I printed in black and white. Now we're moving into color. So
Very nice.
Technicolor.
yes, we
Cool.
used all 4 of them. This was actually colored by my friend David Montoya, who used to work over at Milestone, and he used to work over at Broadway Comics for a little while.
I remember that.
He worked with Jim
Oh.
Shooter.
What was there was Knights of Broadway and Plasm. That's the only thing I remember coming out of that.
Warriors of Plasm. I thought Warriors of Plasm was Defiant.
That's Defiant. Yeah.
Yes.
That was? Okay. I'm sorry.
But yeah, but he did the color job on this, so so did a nice job. And this is, like I said, issues 1 through 6. So if you haven't ever seen this stuff before, now it's in full color, because I get the question all the time, when's it gonna be in color? When's it gonna be color? Now it's in color, so you can come check it out. So yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be this is pretty cool, and this leads into the next phase of Oswald. So
Okay.
Leads into that Ghost crossover I'm gonna write.
So now you have to do a Marvel style. You have to do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
Phase 3. Yeah, there you go.
So they're new covers then, right? You said?
No, these are actually the two. These are actually the covers that were done on the original series. They're by Jade Gonzalez. If you scroll back down, and this is Dani Harijawa.
Okay.
So yeah, so he did that one. So, but yeah. And it's Jade Gonzalez, like I said.
So
So
play that video.
yeah, go hit that button.
Yeah.
That's the best fucking video I have ever seen.
You know what I'm saying, brother? You could.
That is how you do a video.
That's it. Short and sweet.
Yes.
Well, you're almost funded. You know, you're right there.
Funded, you know, hopefully sometime tomorrow we'll be funded. And that, you know, and then like I said, and here's the thing: it's kind of experimental. I'm doing 16 days, so we're gonna see how that works out.
All right. Well, somebody who is funded.
Days?
Huh?
Why 16 days?
Oh, because I just want to see where we can take it. You know, because I mean, I've done 30 days, I've done 21 days, I've done 24 days. Let's see what we can do in 16 days. So.
All right, Marvin, I'm trying to drop your stuff, and you're cutting your own stuff off, bro. He's done. We moved away from Calderon right now. We moved away from him. All right, we're on the edge.
Question, man. Stop being so.
All right, well, listen. Give him his shine. Give him his shine.
What are you talking about? I backed his campaign. I'm always giving Marvin his shine.
So did I. Look at that. My pledge is right here. You're a backer, right? But
very nice.
4191 out of 4,000. Way to be. You got 63 hours left. Do you want me to play the video?
Go ahead. You can play that video.
The video was banging. I like the video.
Jay, give him the whole screen, man. Just keep going.
Sir, the Revenant is back.
I have played a puppet far too long. First, you will suffer. Then, you will die.
We have to stop him.
Target in range.
When I give the order, storm the building.
We are in position.
Well. Looks like someone wants to play. No! Let's play. This isn't just a fight. This is war.
Looks like chaos is coming.
Woo!
The video is banging, bro.
Oh yeah, so we're working on another one now. I'm writing the script for the next one.
The video was banging. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So with the few hours you got left, I want to let everybody know what it's about, what we got going on, bro.
So the Kickstarter is for Volume 1 and 2 of the Edge Trades. So the first volume is Revenant. So the 4 issues in that volume begins with the story of Revenant and his crusade against everyone. Volume 2 starts the new storyline, Reign of Chaos. Chaos has formed his own army, and he wants to get at people before they decide that they're going to come after all the enhanced people. So, like he's kind of like a Magneto type character where he thinks he's right all the time and everyone else is wrong.
Okay. You want to talk about the game also that they can get?
We've got cards for Scattered Nexus. Scattered Nexus is an indie comic book character battle trading card, 1-on-1. So it's kind of like a card fighting game.
Okay.
So there'll be all kind of indie characters in there. If your character is in the edge, then you get a card if you want. So I'll be reaching out to everybody about that who will be in the book. So
you got your Wham stands that they can get their hands on.
Yep. So Wham stand is a stand with a magnetic clip on it, so you can stick you'll have logos you can get made from the Wham stand website. Stick them on there. It could be almost anything. Like he's working on, like I said before, prices. So like if you're at a show and you want to swap out, instead of having like a piece of paper that has a price on it, you can use the stand that has a price.
Okay.
And those are your preview pages for issues 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
A lot of preview pages, bro.
And then issue 10. So issue 10 was unlocked as an add-on.
Nice.
And that is an exclusive cover that you won't be able to get anywhere else unless there's anything else.
This one here.
Is Beowulf going to be in it? Yes. Comicsburg characters will be making appearances.
Nice.
Including everyone on the panel here. Their characters will be making appearances.
Way to be.
What?
Look at that. Chibi's too. Wow. Yep. Lego, or excuse me, brick minifigs.
Yep.
Right.
Can't say the L word. That's copyrighted.
Yeah.
And trademark.
Yeah.
So that's our just a Chibi Trinity cover. So that is the swappable cover for issue 8. So you could be able to pick the regular cover or that cover for issue 8. And we also unlocked the issue 7 gatefold cover.
Nice. Got a lot of live streams you added on here, bro.
I mean, I tried to put as much stuff on there as I could.
Good. Very good. Very good. All right. You got 63 hours left. It ends Monday night. You are fully funded.
Monday afternoon.
Monday afternoon. Okay.
Yeah.
You're fully funded, brother. Way to be, man. Way to be. Way to be. Way to be.
We always can make more. So.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'd always make more.
Every penny counts. All right. And you answered Brad already. Is Beowulf going to be in it?
Beowulf will be in there. Some of the memoirs. I just forgot the guy's name. The host of the Memoirs of the Morbid.
Okay.
The Ghoulmaster. The Ghoulmaster will be in there. Beowulf will be in there. Herrenberg characters will be in there. Nice. Characters from DP's book, The Man in the Red Coat, will be there.
All right. So the two you got campaigns going on, right? We already know that Calderon dropped the ball on using social media correctly to promote his latest book. But Marvin, what are you doing social media wise to promote this? Or have you done
so? I mean, I did the full gauntlet of build up for it. Like I had the launch page ready 2 months ago.
Okay.
So I just sharing that out. I went on some other shows and let them know what the date was going to be. And I've done like 6 or 7 other shows since its launch. So I mean, I've been out there.
So you guys feel that doing the circuit is more effective than the graveyard links?
I don't know. I mean, because when you post on the groups on Facebook, you inevitably are going to get contacted and friended by a bot. So,
okay,
or someone who is behind a bot, because it's the same message all the time. Hey, I saw your thing. And it's kind of funny that I posted. I shared Tom's when he was talking about his Kickstarter. He had a date in there, and the bot responded, "Hey, when's the date for this?" And I'm like, "Come on, man." There's dates right there. What do you like? Go away.
I think that if you get into shows that you're not normally on, that's really the key.
Yes.
Right. Because that's truly new eyeballs for you.
Right.
Okay.
So like we do
Yeah, I
this, we can generate a following through doing this every week, you know.
Mhm.
But if I go and do some guy's show on YouTube that I've never been on before,
Yeah,
I'm
I think I
now
did.
exposed to his completely new audience.
Yeah, I did like 6 new shows, and I mean, there's like I've got a whole list of YouTube shows. Some of them still exist, some of them don't exist anymore. But I mean, I try to jump on as much. Like there'll be like stuff going on like Friday morning, and I'm like, hey, can I jump on your show real quick? Sure, come on. So I mean, if someone's live, I'm like, okay, let me message them and see. Maybe
Calderon, how many live streams on the circuit have you booked up for this? Campaign.
I'm doing a show on Sunday. And
Sunday night, 7:30.
Yes, and I'm doing a show on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm probably doing another show on Friday at 8. So yeah.
Probably. You know, I can't scroll down Facebook without seeing Tom on another show. You know, he's always out there.
I do 2 shows a week. That's it. And even when I do my Kickstarters, I'm on those 2 shows. Right? I do Lori's show, or not Lori. I do Carissa's show on Mondays, and I do this show, and that's it. And then occasionally JD's like, "Hey, come on the show." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that." And then like every 6 months, I do a show with Lori Calcaterra on her show, who she's fantastic. If you guys don't know who Lori Calcaterra is, she's fantastic. She does a great interview. She's a great show. I love being on her show. But that's really it nowadays. I mean, even when I'm live with a campaign, I don't go deep diving shows. I just don't. If someone asks me out of the blue, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to do it for sure. But I don't go hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta go hunting. You know, I'm one of those. I gotta do it. I gotta put in the legwork for it. Right. That's how it is. That's it. I'm not as in demand.
You know, for me, it's always like, well, it's not even. I'm not in demand. No one's asking. Okay. No one's coming, and that's my whole point, right? Is like for me, I'm like, well, if they wanted me, a lot of these guys know who I am. Like, all they got to do is ask. And I'll chances 9 times out of 10 I'll be able to say yes depending on the day. But I kind of am like, if they're not asking, maybe they don't want me, and I'm just not gonna like bother them for it. If someone needs content, I'm here, y'all. You know, I go on Del Guzman's show every now and then with Comic Menu, and we talk movies and do weird stuff on his show, but that's very erratic. It's just kind of whenever they need a fill-in guy, they're like, hey, you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, sure. What the hell? But
you're not going out there like Oliver Twist. Will you please put me on?
I used to, and I don't mind doing shows like at all. Like I said, I love doing it. I have no problem doing it. But I feel like I got better things to do than chase it. So I just kind of try and make it known that yes, I will more than likely come and do your show if you invite me and pay my appearance fee.
Holy shit!
Your invoice should be in your PayPal by now, Jay.
Listen, the fact that I'm going to beat you in fantasy this week should negate any invoices coming my way. Right? That covers whatever.
No, if you win, the invoice is doubled. You don't understand.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun.
Yeah. I didn't write the rules. I mean, I'm just, I just play by them.
I got you. I'm there. I'm with you. All right. I'm not saying anything. Mea culpa. All right, but when we got when we started off the show, we were talking about some of the movies that are coming out that we can't wait to see, like Hellboy or The Crow when it shows up on live stream.
It is on live stream. You can stream it now.
I mean, excuse me.
Netflix.
Tubi. Has to be on Tubi.
Tubi. Yeah, Tubi.
Do you think that hurts the community as a whole? Do you think it hurts the independent films or the lower tier
when those movies bomb like that?
Yeah, the lower tier properties.
Yes, because so for how many years now were they talking about Robotech, Akira, Voltron, live action movies?
Dude, decades.
Yeah, and every time one of these Transformers or He-Mans or whatever bombs, it just moves it further back of it not happening. So yeah,
the Transformers one bombed.
No. I'm talking about like
Oh.
in reaction. So reaction to the Transformers movies when they weren't doing well. So they were doing really well up front, and then all of a sudden people got sick of it, and then it became like not good movies. So then those other movies get hit when those things don't do well.
But the new Transformers is not blowing the place up either.
No,
it's getting good reviews. Like generally speaking, it's getting good reviews, and it had a good opening weekend, especially based on like the budget is like 75 million or something.
Mhm.
So it's going to make its money back, but it's not going to be a gigantic.
Right. But is that backlash from the other as the other ones went down the tubes? So to speak?
To a degree, but I think it's also guys like me who are Transformers fans. I saw that trailer and I was like, this looks like some Pixar bullshit.
Yeah.
Like this looks like Cars, right?
Mhm.
But they transform, and I hate Cars. I don't want to go anywhere near Cars movies. So when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, I am out. I don't have any interest in seeing this thing.
The thing is, it looks like something from like it looks like a Pixar movie, but it looks like a Pixar movie from the 90s.
Yeah,
it doesn't look, like what we would expect to see today,
Mhm.
right? I mean, we all saw Bumblebee, whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. But
I thought it was all right.
yeah, okay, very nice. But the first 10 or 15 minutes when they're on, Cybertron, that's how I would want to see an animated movie done.
That's what everybody wants, and I don't understand why they don't understand
Right.
that.
Exactly.
Right. Well, excuse me. Is that what everybody wants, or is
Yes.
that what our generation?
No, that's what
is
everybody
moving on?
wants.
Right.
That's what everybody wants.
But then they'll load up that Transformers the movie, look at what it made back in '86, and go like, nobody wants to see this because you had it and then it didn't make money.
They didn't
So
really,
that's what they'll do.
Now, Marvin, I don't know about you, but I saw that thing in the movie theater. Did you see it?
Yes.
All right. Did you? How many people were like? I was in Harlem at the time when I saw it because I was in Spanish Harlem. We had to go up into Harlem proper to go see it, and theater filled with hoodlums. I know because I was one of them. And when Optimus Prime was on that table passing away.
Spoilers.
How many hoodlums were like?
Listen, here's the thing.
Throughout the entire theater, man. It was crazy.
But here's why it actually failed. It had nothing to do with the quality of the film.
No.
It had to do with, Mom, I want to see Transformers at the movies.
Yeah.
Transformers is on TV. Why are we taking you to the movies when you can watch it on TV? No, it's not the same thing. Watch it on TV. That was it. That's it. Because since then, it's become one of these cult classic things, and everybody is like, well, holy shit. So anybody who's going to come back and be like, well, in 1986 that tanked, I'm like, yeah, but who cares? This is now a live action, animated thing with the right designs, the right sort of acting, the right voices. Like, do it right, do the designs. Because when Bumblebee came out, people lost their shit when they saw real Shockwave, real Soundwave. Like, people were like, yo, they can do it. It does work. And then we got this Beast Wars piece of shit where they redesigned everything again. Mirage is not Mirage. Wheeljack is not Wheeljack. Holy fuck, you learned nothing.
Right. You know why? Because there's all these executives that want to put their stamp on it.
Well, I'll tell you also why. It's partially because of licensing and toys. They don't want the same designs because they can't sell the same fucking thing over and over again. So they got to keep redesign. Even Optimus Prime, right? Through all of the Transformers movies, he changed a little bit each time so that they could sell a new Optimus Prime.
Right. Well, we never got Hot Rod.
Right. But also, I think one of the things
Hot Rod.
is
Of
that
course, Rosario is here for Hot Rod. Of course he is.
But I think one of the things is that our culture just naturally look. How many comic books have we seen transformed, made into movies, translated into film or whatever, or animated features, and they don't stick to the story that's in the comics, right? No. Like we know the stories from the comics, and they don't stick to them, right? And we're like, why, right? Why was Galactus a floating cloud?
Budget,
right? I don't even think that was a budgetary reason.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
I just think somebody said, because the thing is that came out of a Warren Ellis comic when he was doing Fantastic Four
Mhm.
in the Ultimates universe.
Right.
And
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so I mean, you know, why is that? And I think
Hold
it
on.
just has a lot
How
to do
about?
with the fact that, hold on, let me finish my point. You know,
Okay, I
it's
thought you
just-
weren't. Excuse me.
I just think that it has to do a lot with the fact that, you know, everybody wants to put their thumbprint on something,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
So you have these new creatives coming in, and they were like, "Well, I want to make it mine," right? They
Mhm.
don't want to pay homage to what's been done. They just want to do what they want to do, right? That's why we ended up with the new Star Wars, right? Because they didn't want to pay homage to what Lucas had done. He had left them a treatments for 3 movies, and they were like, "Well, why are we going to do that? We want to do something new," right?
Right.
Whereas if you look at the Japanese and they translate the manga into anime, that anime tends to be taken directly from the manga. And I mean, if you watch My Hero Academia and read some of the manga, almost shot for shot, you know, right from the pages is on that
Right,
screen.
but that doesn't always happen, bro. I mean, Death Note, it didn't happen like that, but it's happening like that.
You're talking about
what's
Death
the-
Note? Are you talking about the anime, or are you talking about what they did at Netflix?
I'm talking about the anime, and I like the Netflix, the live action more than I like the anime.
Okay, I mean, you know, you're obviously speaking for yourself.
You motherfucker.
I mean, a lot of this stuff
Obviously
is
speaking for yourself.
it has a lot to do with what came before it. So, the Matrix, you had black leather. So X-Men had black leather, and you have a Cloud and Galactus again because they don't want to make comic book movies. They don't want that silliness in the movie. You don't want
Right.
a what is a planet-sized person. They'll
Well,
say, "Oh, that looks ridiculous." Nobody's going to believe that.
Well, even the X-Men. What did you expect? Yellow spandex? I mean, they were afraid of comic books.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well,
we just
Blade
saw
was-
Deadpool Wolverine, right? He
Right.
came out in a yellow costume, and that's what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many times were we told that Blade was not sold as a comic book? It was sold as a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, of
Right.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
But we know,
But that's not a superhero movie, right? It's
Right,
not
no.
in the comics. He was in black pants, and I mean, it was a very
Right, but
easy translation.
no, but he wasn't even in the com. I mean, he didn't even have his own book. He wasn't a lead at that point, right?
No.
He had always been part of an ensemble, and
Sure.
even before that, he wore a brown safari jacket and ski goggles. That was
Yeah.
his look.
It was from what, Tomb of Dracula? I think that's where you first
With
came.
Dracula, and then he was in the Night Stalker's book
Mhm.
Okay.
for a minute.
Because you know what's funny? I saw the Blade movie. I didn't even know it was a comic book movie because I wasn't familiar ever with that character because I never read any of those books. They were just a little bit before my time.
And that was the catch with it, is that no one knew it was a comic book.
Right.
They didn't like it. Didn't even say based on the comic book. It said graphic novel.
Mhm.
And the,
But it didn't even have to be bound by any lore. They were able to go off on their own.
Yeah.
Which made it that much more interesting.
Mhm.
Here we are, we're talking about it's not following the manga, it's not following the storyline, right? But when something didn't have to, it's one of our favorite films.
The thing is though is it an improvement? That was an improvement. Was Galactus being a cloud an improvement? It wasn't not an improvement.
See, but it
I
wasn't.
think-
But Marvin, you mentioned it earlier when they followed the trend, right?
Yeah.
So they followed the Galactus trend of brown smoke in the Fantastic Four movie, and they made him yellow smoke in the Green Lantern movie.
Green Lantern. Yep. Yeah. Parallax.
Right? They followed the trend, whether it's
Right.
shitty or
But
not.
like you said, is that they're
both movies
afraid of those kind of movies because, like you say, is that your two best Transformer movies are set on Cybertron with no people or very little people. You had Spike and Daniel, etc. in the anime movie. Like, you're not going to make a live action movie with no people in it. They're just not going to do it. Like, I don't care about what's his name
What are
in
you
those,
talking about?
movies.
Didn't they release The Lion King?
That only had one live action shot in it, though. It's technically animated.
But there's that thing in Hollywood where they always feel that the viewer needs to relate to somebody that's on the screen.
Right.
Yes, and Hollywood. That's incorrect.
Yeah.
God help us all. That is incorrect. It doesn't hurt but it is not required. It's like I remember when there was like, why are there suddenly like kids in Friday the 13th movies, like Corey Feldman, and then the little kid from the fifth one? Like, what are we doing? Like, we don't need children in Friday the 13th movies to relate to them. But a lot of cartoons were like that too. Like the Dinosaurs had kids with rings, and
or how about the Predator movie? You didn't need a kid in the Predator movie,
right? Yeah,
right.
Which Predator movie had a kid in it? Oh, the lad, that one.
Yeah,
the guy who his last name. He was in the first movie. That guy.
He was in the first one, right? Shane Black, right?
Geez, yeah,
but then you had the kid in the second Terminator movie. Did that?
But see, that's okay because you have a story that works with a purpose to have a younger kid. So again, it's all context and so on.
Yes.
But so many times things just got shoehorned in. Like, well, if we have this movie that's all adults, kids won't relate to it. Bullshit. Kids watched RoboCop and Rambo and bought the toys. I mean, like we don't need that. It's not a requirement.
That's stuff that's coming from focus groups. So they put those things in front of a focus group, and the focus group says, "Hey, why don't you put a little child in?" It was like the old joke from the Cosby Show whenever the ratings were tanking, you bring in a new little kid onto the show.
But see, He-Man, that whole He-Man property was built up through focus groups, right? It wasn't like we had a cool idea. They took a little bit from the Conan stuff. They took a little bit from the Star Wars stuff, right? They took a little bit from the G.I. Joe stuff.
But He-Man also ended with morality tales. They were like, hey, kids, this is why, somebody is a bad guy and don't be a bad guy. So, yes, it didn't have kids, but it did.
Right? But from the very outset of it, right? They had 3 different He-Mans built, and they went with the one that the kids played with the most in play testing.
Sure.
And they kept going from there.
Yeah.
Right, so it wasn't something that was genuine. Does it continue today? Yeah.
To the extreme, because now you're changing endings of movies because someone in the focus group didn't like the ending of a movie, or because someone didn't like the path a movie took. They're going back and doing reshoots.
It depends. It depends entirely on the director. Do you think Quentin Tarantino or Guillermo del Toro are going back and being like,
they're not doing test screening. They're not doing test screening, bro.
Because they don't give a shit because they're real fucking creators, they're real artists.
Well, I mean, and they're like more like us, where they're creating something for themselves and not for to try to hit every quadrant and make $1 billion.
Well,
that's why Tarantino movies never gonna make $1 billion because he don't have no focus groups.
But they're still better than any movie that's ever made $1 billion. I've never seen a Marvel movie that's ever going to be better than a Quentin Tarantino movie.
No, of course not. But I'm saying is that's what those focus groups are there so they can make $1 billion. How can we make the most money? We need to be able to bring in someone of the 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40 to 50.
That's a regular face.
Yeah, and
they
have to connect with each one of those quadrants has to connect with movie. If not, then we have to go back and do reshoots.
I like Tarantino. I don't think all his films are bangers.
I'll give you that. There's a few. I mean, if you take Pulp Fiction, Marvel has never done anything in comparison.
Okay, 4 Rooms. Come on.
He was one of the directors of that was done by people.
He still got his stamp on it.
Dude,
did you like his of the 4 Rooms?
Yeah, I did.
Which one was it?
It was the third one. The third story in there.
Who was in it?
Oh, that I don't remember.
So how do you know that it was a third one?
Let's just make it easier. Death Proof.
Death Proof was funny, but that wasn't one of his greatest.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't, man.
Just like Jackie Brown. I like Jackie Brown.
I'm gonna do your social media a favor right now, Jay. Here it is. This is what I told you how to do this earlier in the show. Quentin Tarantino has 2 good movies, and that is all. And the 2 of them are Inglourious Bastards and Django.
Django's good.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction's good.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
What is it? The Hollywood movie, the last one.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
No, I did not like. No.
Nope.
That's fine. I don't. It's fine. You don't like
it. Once upon a time.
I don't care if you like it or not. Still good.
No, I can
Nope.
appreciate it. I can appreciate it. I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I
I
like
remember-
Hateful Eight more.
I remember watching what's the one? Was it Hateful Eight? Is that what it's called? Hateful Eight. I remember watching Hateful Eight. It was on Netflix. So I was like, all right, let's watch this because I like westerns. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is the most boring thing I have ever seen in my life. And I started posting online about it. I was like live tweeting it, like, what the fuck is going on? And then I posted like, if this is one of these movies that he does again, where we go through this whole fucking story, and at the end there's a massive shootout and everyone's dead, I'm gonna be pissed. And that is precisely what happened. Yeah,
I think the worst part of that movie is the out of nowhere voiceover that he does.
Yeah.
To explain what it's like. What are we doing with why are we explaining instead of showing what's happening in this movie? Why are we doing the whole entire scene? This is what Darmagoose saw. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. The English was a better Western than Hateful Eight, but the English
everything's better than Hateful Eight. Like
what, 8
almost
episodes,
everything
6
is better.
episodes?
I like
Even Magnificent Seven?
Well, this is
Which
hard.
Magnificent
That's rough.
Seven? Which
one?
Magnificent Seven?
Right. Which
Remake.
one?
I assume he means the remake. Yeah, the remake was rough. Remake
Oh,
was
the
rough.
Denzel Washington one? That was
Yes.
tough.
That
That
was
was
bad.
tough.
It's
Yeah.
rough.
That was
Young Gun? Better than Young Gun?
I'm not a. I mean, Young Guns is better, but I'm not a Young Guns guy. I like Young Guns too. I'm not a first one guy.
Oh, not Young Guns too. No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Hands down. Best Western made.
Tombstone.
There you go, brother.
No,
you go.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay. Okay,
I'll go with
Marvin.
Good and Bad.
I can
Good and
appreciate the old stuff, but it's too old for me. It's a little
Bad.
too.
Spaghetti Westerns.
No, I like,
Yeah, it's a little
That's
too.
just
Yeah,
I like it grimy. I mean,
But-
because that's as grimy as it gets. I like.
but I
that.
get it. I get it.
The favorite Western, but how's the answer not Blazing Saddles?
But yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's a solid choice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that made it to Netflix for a little while. Let me tell
Solid
you,
choice.
man.
Oh, I did too. I made a post about that. I was like, in 3 seconds, Gen Z is going to melt down because Blazing Saddles is on
I
here.
was all
Here's-
over it.
It's 50 years this year for that movie.
Really?
Yeah. And there is no fanfare. There is no celebration. There is no like, hey, this movie's great. Like
I
the
think I love
world
the
would
backstory.
evaporate if we celebrated this movie.
I love the backstory about it more than I love the movie. You know, it was
It's a
supposed to be
great
Richard
movie.
Pryor, not Cleavon
Yeah,
Little.
Richard Pryor. Yeah.
Right.
You know, Gene Wilder came in at the last moment. Also,
Yep.
it was, and that being the movie that broke up Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks. They never worked together again after that. Right, dude. So many layers to that. But Tombstone, I think, is the best Western ever. Followed closely by Silverado, in my opinion. I think
For me,
Silverado's pretty
followed, I would say Quick and the Dead,
good. Okay.
the Sam Raimi movie. I like the Quick and the Dead a lot.
Okay.
Probably The Unforgiven.
You know, I have never seen that all the way through.
That
I would,
didn't.
I would go with The Unforgiven.
That was a little too slow for me.
I struggled with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those that I feel like I should see and go back to it, but I just haven't.
Yeah, it would either be that one or A Fistful of Dollars. What else?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. What was it? Butch Cassidy. Watching it again, it doesn't hold up. I saw it maybe a year or two ago. Butch
I
Cassidy.
don't get halfway. I never watched it when I was a kid. I got like halfway through it like a couple years ago. I couldn't get through the whole thing.
I felt like I was watching The Sting all over again. It was very influenced by 70 years art direction. They couldn't stay true to William. You got me right in the heart, William. I'm loving this, bro. Three Amigos was fucking good too, bro. Come on.
Jay, I'm going to give you another social media moment.
What?
Three Amigos.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let's just throw the guy under the bus. Who's probably
Never did anything for me.
like it. Chevy Chase, just throw him under the bus.
No,
Really? You don't like Chevy Chase, Marvin?
He's done a couple of good movies.
I like Chevy overall, but like I don't think he was like a problem, but the movie just never connected with me.
Oh, so good
Yeah.
for me, dude.
That
Little
was-
Nettie Nehemiah goes to war. You know, I mean, Oh my God! See, this hurts because
There you
I
go.
made her watch it and she didn't
My
like
people are here.
it. A plethora of piñatas. It was a good fucking movie, bro. It stands out. I'm still here. Guapo is one of the lines I use on a daily
What-
basis.
What,
It's
what
one
are
of
your
my
thoughts
go-tos.
on the Banderas Zorro movie? The first one, not the second. I watched the second one for the first time ever. I never watched it the whole way through. The second one is so bad. It's just
Second
like
one was
My
bad, but the
favorite Zorro movie is Zorro the Gay Blade. That
it's just
movie's
me,
hilarious.
Zorro. I'm
Dude.
here.
Yo, that
I
movie's
love
hilarious.
Zorro the Gay Blade.
That movie's
I
hilarious.
got the boss fights when they did Zorro the Gay Blade. The best Zorro Gay Blade cameo, though, I felt was in the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. That was the one that was on the marquee.
Oh, okay.
Zorro the Gay Blade. It was
Mhm.
just, I felt it was perfect.
Is that what they saw when they killed Bruce Wayne's
yeah.
parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that was what was in the alley.
Yeah.
But it's red like a rose. Yes. Fucking. You see, I got him.
It's a funny movie, man. It's hilarious.
George.
But it also has a lot to do with the fact that I was 12
Yeah, of
when I
course.
watched it. You know what I mean? I mean, that has a
Yeah.
lot to do with it. So it's just,
I think what we
Perfect.
need in this society is Blazing Saddles action figures. I think we would settle a lot of problems in this world if we could all just play with Blazing Saddles action figures.
Well, I
Here we
think
go.
have
Here we go.
those,
Calderon.
And you can have
Like a
you can have
banana.
all the figures, and then in each one you can have a build a figure for Mongo.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But you gotta give me director Dom DeLuise also.
Of course.
His his segment was the best in the whole flick. Oh my God, there's so many great fucking lines in that. We could go all night with that stuff.
I feel like that's $1 million idea waiting to happen. I need to go talk to McFarlane about Blazing Saddles figures.
there you
yeah,
go.
put it in the
Just
movie
put me in
Maniac.
charge. I'll take care of
There
this.
you go. All right, follow me. A great night as a kid. Calderon was Friday night, Channel 11. Zorro the Gay Blade, followed by Saturday the 14th. Perfect.
Jesus, that's some brain damage coming out of that. My God.
Ooh,
We
okay.
watched one like when I was younger. I think it's from the 30s. It's called The Terror of Tiny Town.
I never saw that.
Wow.
And it's all little people in ponies. And the Terror of Tiny Town he's the terror because he's taller than everybody else in town.
Oh wow. Okay, I never seen that, and I'm scared to see that. But I want to test you guys. I really want to test you guys right now.
Trivia time. It's trivia time.
Trivia time.
Trivia is about to happen.
All right, and this is Mario helping us out over here in the chat. Can you identify what movie this line came from? Not these Rosemary Bleeds.
That's the Cannonball
these
Run.
Rosemary Bleeds.
Cannonball Run.
Yeah, boy.
Bloopers from the Cannonball Run.
Yes, sir.
These
Yes.
bleeds? These bleeds? I'll take those bleeds right there. Yeah.
Oh
bleeds?
my God. Cannibal Run is another
that's
classic flick, bro.
Classic.
Classic flick.
Epic
Not
classic.
available on a streaming service and not available on Blu-ray.
Really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can get the Blu-ray.
Well, no, it's discontinued. It's
Well,
available.
but you can find it. It's not.
Yeah.
It was printed enough that you can find it. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. But yeah, it is not out there.
Captain Chaos. yeah,
Cannonball Run
Zero
2 is
in
also
there.
very hard to find.
Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Right?
History of the World Part 1.
Doesn't hold up.
Really? I haven't watched it.
I disagree. It
Really?
works pretty good.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
it works pretty good.
I wanted to.
Works pretty good.
Certain segments. Gregory Hines holding the big.
You're
doobie.
laughing right now, so it holds up.
Right.
You're literally
Thinking about
laughing
it.
right now.
But not everything. Not everything.
Good to be the king. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
Right, Torquemada, the Inquisition. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Oh, funny as hell, man.
The Inquisition. Here we go. The Inquisition. What a show.
Yeah.
Come on. You're already on the floor laughing, man. It
Yep.
holds up. We have proven that it holds up.
Yeah.
You're not even watching the movie and you're laughing.
we gotta do a live watch. Just play it and just see who fucking cracks first, man. Jesus Christ.
Is it on Amazon because they have that watch party feature?
They do?
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Dude, I didn't know that. Oh, we gotta do that then, dude.
That's interesting.
We
I'll have to
gotta
check
do
into
that.
that.
I did watch an old movie we used to watch a long time when we were younger, Ice Pirates.
I loved it. Bobby Urich,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space
Ron
herpes.
Perlman.
Yes.
Come
Right?
on, bro.
Space herpes. That was
Yeah.
from
Space herpes.
Yeah.
Yes. Space herpes. Bruce Valanche. I mean, I don't think he's ever done another movie other
Yeah,
than
Ron
that.
Perlman, you not too? Ron Perlman?
Yeah,
Ron Perlman, yeah, early Ron Perlman.
Ron
yeah.
Perlman. Rosie Greer.
Mhm.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Ron Perlman was in Blade 2 also.
He was.
Yeah. Angelica Houston's in that also.
Angelica Houston. That's right. Not was that wasn't her father, right? Who's the old man? Was that Denise Crosby's father in that movie?
Was it?
Yeah, when they finally made it to the ice planet.
Oh yeah.
He was in the chair. Who was that? Was that was that Barrymore? No, that wasn't Barrymore. Was it?
I don't remember who it was.
John Barrymore in
Yeah, it
Ice
was an
Pirates?
old-
Are you kidding?
It was
no,
an old name.
No.
The actor who played Denise Crosby's dad when they finally made it to that planet was an older guy. He was a 40s guy, a 30s guy. I
Look
don't
it up on IMDb. It's all there.
It's all
All
there.
the answers are there.
I know Marvin.
Carradine, right? John Carradine.
Carradine,
Right,
that makes
there
more
we
sense.
go. Okay, now Barrymore.
Carradine does some trash movies, yeah.
But the father Carradine.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, oh man, dude, the 80s was the fucking best.
Yes,
80s was the fucking best. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
yes.
I'm sorry, bro. Megaforce, I want to get
Oh,
down
you're stuck on Megaforce, man. You got to roll the dice. Get off of that. Get off that square.
Good, dude.
Listen. Conan,
Yes.
Beastmaster.
Yes.
What is it? A Dragon Slayer.
Yep.
Sword and the Sorcerer.
Okay.
Well, Kroll. Oh, I never
Kroll.
really watched it.
Kroll was
Definitely
great.
Kroll.
Kroll is
Huh?
fun, man.
Definitely Kroll.
They would not take me. My bastards of relatives would not take me. They wouldn't take me.
You're from the future,
You're right. Yeah, you're from the future. Yeah, that's from there.
right?
Laser blast. Laser blast, right, Jay?
Stop.
Laser
You made me
blast.
see that shit. You made me see that shit.
Battle Beyond the Stars, Last Starfighter.
Last
Last
Starfighter.
Starfighter.
Yep.
Even the animated stuff was good. Star Chasers, Last Unicorn,
Transformers.
Transformers.
Heavy Metal.
GI Joe the movie. Remember
Heavy
that?
Metal. Yeah.
Heavy metal.
Cobra. La,
Both
la, la,
heavy
la,
metal.
la, 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 la.
Both heavy metals, bro. Both heavy metals fucking rocked.
Secret and Nim.
Secret and Nim.
Dark
I
Crystal.
can't- It will never be not funny to me. That movie was rated G with all that blood in the movie.
Which one?
Secret of Nim. How was that rated G?
Okay.
There's no way.
Well, that's like Watership Down, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
that's people looked at that as like, oh, it's cartoon, like it's
Yeah.
G-rated.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a psycho rabbit, like having visions of the future. Like, what is happening right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
how I.
but you know what? Sometimes the G movies got a little too emotional as well.
Yeah.
You tell me you didn't cry at Old Dogs Go to Heaven?
No.
You had to think about it. Like, wait a minute.
No. Listen, I can say I cried at the Transformers movie when Optimus Prime died. I cried there.
Do you know the real thing, the real story behind Old Dogs Go to Heaven?
Some dogs went to heaven. I don't know. No. I
So,
can't.
all right, it was Burt Reynolds, Tom DeLuise, stuff like that, right?
Right.
The little girl who performed the voice in All Dogs Go to Heaven
Mhm.
was killed by her dad after she recorded her final lines.
Oh, that sucks.
Burt Reynolds had not recorded his end to the movie,
Mhm.
and it took him more than 60 takes to get through his lines because he heard the girl's voice.
Right.
After
That
knowing what happened.
girl is Judith Barcy, and she was the girl from Jaws: The Revenge.
No way, dude.
Yeah, I hadn't forgotten that happened, but they have that guy who does those videos, those true crime videos on YouTube and Twitter and things like that. He did a video on it.
Yeah, I think her father killed her and her mom.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, but in the context of the movie, that's a very sad story, but that has nothing to do with the film.
Yeah, okay. He
You know what I mean? It's a tragedy.
died. The person you were rooting for the whole movie, Burt Reynolds, dies, goes to heaven.
Okay.
I mean, it's in the title, but this is a kid Hollywood animated flick.
If I had wrote that, I would have called it "All Dogs Go to Heaven," and everyone would have assumed that all dogs go to heaven. But I would have sent that guy right to hell and been like, "Look, maybe not."
You would have put a
maybe
shot
not.
in the movie.
No, it'd have been. Like, remember they had that scene in Tom and Jerry when Tom died and he went to heaven and they kicked him out and he went to hell.
Yeah, the steps. That.
Has
You
anybody
gotta have a
watched,
twist. You gotta have a twist, man.
Has anybody watched Drag Me to Hell recently? The new one?
The
No.
new one? There's another one?
Well,
Wait,
no.
the one-
Well, the most
the one in the
recent.
early
Oh,
2000s.
okay. Yes,
Whatever.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it recently, but I've seen it.
No,
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if it holds up because I'm wondering if I should watch it again. Because I found it funny when
the CGI it doesn't look good. The CGI, everything else looks okay, but the CGI it looks really bad.
I'm sorry. Spoilers. Is that spoilers? Is that the one that the final scene is on the train tracks?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I
Okay,
don't remember. It's been a while.
Yes, it's the Rami one.
Yeah, I just remember the little kid gets dragged to hell in the beginning. It was hilarious. Once I saw that, I was like, everybody in this movie is screwed. I was like,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, nobody's making it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
When
like
the
that.
kid
I liked
bites
it. I
it,
thought
it
it was
just-
good. I thought it was
Yeah,
fine.
Cuts her off.
And that was the big disappointment for me, like for Aliens versus Predator 2 Requiem. Like right at the beginning, like a face hugger comes out and just whacks a kid in the face. And I was like, oh, we're all in. Like we're all in on this movie.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it was straight trash. I was like, you can't put that teaser at the beginning and then the rest of this movie is like filmed in the dark. And just with terrible characters. I was really bummed because that was
That's
a
like the
great
1980s
scene.
Blob.
80s Blob is pretty good for a remake. It's a pretty good, fun. I mean, I'm not saying good, but like
Okay.
Yeah.
it's one of those like so bad it's good movies. Like I was traumatized. No one told me that Erica Leniak got killed in that movie. I was like, oh no, Erica Leniak.
I didn't remember she was in it.
Wonderfly.
Yeah, she's the one in the car. They were making out in the car, and then the Blob.
Is
Blob
the
gets
Fly from the 80s or the 90s? I don't remember.
The
80s.
Fly is 80s. The first one is the 80s.
Yeah,
I think it's 88, 89, something like that.
Okay.
You mean the remake with
Yeah, the remake. Yeah,
The remake, yeah, because the original one's like from what, the 50s or 60s?
yeah
1986, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Brundle Fly.
Brundlefly.
Here's a crazy thing. Like I had never seen the original Fly before, from what the 50s or whatever it was. And so they had the whole box set on Scream Factory or whatever for sale. So I was like, yeah, give it to me. It was like $30 for 5 movies. And so I watched the first one, and goddamned if it wasn't teleportation too. Like in the 50s, this is pre-Star Trek. They
Yeah.
were talking about teleportation stuff. So I was like, that's super weird. But the first one is good. The second two are not good. They're not good.
Well, I mean,
Second two in the 80s?
No, the second two in the 50s
Oh,
are not
okay.
good.
Well, the sequel to the Fly was the other one wasn't good either.
Right, with Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not. It
I mean,
didn't
I like
have its.
the original ending from the first black and white movie, whereas the little guy and then in the web and the guy's like with the rod.
That's not the Fly. That's not the Fly. That's the
That's not the
incredible shrinking. That's the incredible shrinking man.
No, that's the Fly.
No, that
That's
was the
the
Fly.
Fly,
Help me
That's
out.
the Fly. When he's in this web and Vincent Price picks up that rock and crushes him.
That's not
Yeah.
the Fly.
Because he
Yeah.
has
The
he has
Fly
the
goes
head-
into big head mode. Big Fly head
Oh,
mode.
remember it
Yeah.
had the guy's head and then the guy's arm and then the rest was Fly. And he was in the web and he's like, help me. And Vincent Price looks at it and goes, holy crap. And he's
Yeah, I remember that part.
yeah.
You got to go rewatch that, Tom.
No. All right, guys. We're at the 2-hour mark. I didn't think we'd go that far tonight. I want to thank everybody who's been joining us, everybody in the comments for chiming in. I appreciate the engagement. We had a couple laters, but you were here. Everybody who was watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and anybody else who's watching later on the restream, thanks. Let us know that you caught us the second time around. Before we get out of here, I'll let my semi-regulars know. I'll give them the chance. Excuse me, to tell you guys where you can find them. Let's start off with Tom.
Yeah, you're right. That is from The Fly. How did he go from being big head Fly to being little tiny guy?
No, it's because they swapped. They had his body with the flying, and the other guy was the scientist's head on the little fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm with you now. Now I remember. I only seen it that one time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Help me.
That's good. Yeah.
But that's the funny part where he's like, help me.
So, Tom, now that now we've answered that, right? You're probably watching again.
Now I've just got Thriller in my head because of Vincent Price. I'm just running Thriller in my head right now. That's all that's happening. Yeah, it's me. It's Tom. It's Big Dog Inc. You guys know all of this. Big Dog Inc. is the store. Go get some comics. We're going to launch Critter number 24, October 12th. Next weekend, I'm going to be at Mighty Con in St. Louis. And then the weekend after that is Big Texas Comic Con. Myself and Nia Rufino are guests down in San Antonio, Big Texas Comic Con. We're going to launch the campaign at the con on Saturday. Yeah.
All right. And I'm JayDee Calderon, the writer, the creator of the Oswald Chronicle, Tall Tales Online, Dreamweavers, Magi's Grace, and the Oswald Chronicles, currently on Kickstarter. So go check it out. And this Sunday, I'll be on with that guy up there and that guy over there, and we will be talking stuff about comics.
You told me it was things, not stuff.
That too.
Okay.
Stuff and things. So I am Marvin Wynn.
We might be stuffing things. So
what?
That's a different show, I think. That's a different show.
It's going to be a different show. Billy.
That's an Instagram show.
That's an Instagram. I thought it was an OnlyFans show.
Whoa, simmer down, Hammer. Simmer down, Hammer.
That's why they call me Hammer, bro.
Put your baby oil away. Put the baby oil away. No more baby oil.
Dumbass one. Marvin, let them know where they can find you, kid.
Hit me up, comicsburg.com, and you can get out to all the links to all the other books. Tomorrow, we will be at New Dimension Comics in the Waterfront. For local comic shop day, I will be going live at 2:30 to run my mouth.
My man.
Very nice.
And I am JayDee Rosario from Unstoppable Comics. You can catch all of our social media links on the website right now. And please do not forget, October 17th through the 20th, New York Comic Con, booth 1948. We're going to have some exclusives. There'll be more revealed as we get closer to the event. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for catching us on the restream. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.